Hey, it's a Humble Collector here, and today's video we're going to take a look at the 2-panel death card of Michael Unger. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So going from the top here, prayerful memory of the brave warrior Michael Unger, a soldier in a pioneer group, wagon master's son from Prockendorf, who died a hero's death at the age of 41 on December 18th, 1942, by a direct mortar hit in Taly on the Don. So I was actually able to find a casualty record for Michael. I'll go ahead and put that up on screen. So Michael was born on March 31st, 1902 in Prockendorf and was a grenadier in the staff company of Grenadier Regiment 318, part of the 213th Sicherungs Division. So the Sicherungs divisions are security divisions. They were responsible for doing a lot of the security work behind the lines, some anti-partisan work, and then as the conditions on the Eastern Front were deteriorating, Sicherungs units often found themselves actually, on the front line fighting against the main Soviet army. So there's a few kind of interesting things about his card here. So first of all, it's the fact that it says he's in a pioneer group. We see he's actually attached to the staff company. So given his age, I don't know if he moved from a frontline pioneer group and then was stationed in what was supposed to be a safer, more rearguard unit. I don't know if he was a pioneer attached to the staff company of Grenadier Regiment 318. And it's a bit unclear, especially with his rank being listed as Grenadier and not Pioneer. There's also a few other weird things with his card. So it notes that he was killed by a direct artillery hit, which contradicts the direct mortar hit, which is written on his card here. And then I found a third card that notes that due to the nature of the fighting at the time, an exact cause of death could not be identified, which is something I have not seen before in my research. So we have the card itself telling us he was killed by a mortar hit. We have another card telling us he was killed by an artillery hit, and we have a third card telling us that they don't know and they really can't tell. So the only thing that leads me to believe is that while fighting at Taly on the Don, which unfortunately I could not find, but the 213th was stationed in Ukraine at the time, so I'm assuming that's where Taly was, if it still exists. It might not exist anymore, that might be why I can't find it. But it seems like in the fighting there, Michael must have taken some kind of injury from an explosion, whether that be a mortar hit, a grenade, artillery, whatever. And by the time that they found him after that engagement was over, he'd already died. And so they kind of just constructed events as best they could from what people remembered from the actual battle. So yeah, kind of unusual, and it tells a bit of an interesting story there. So I do have lots of cards for other members of Sicherungs Division, but he's the first one I found from the 213th. Moving down to the bottom of the card here. Dear parents and siblings, I'm no longer returning home to you. The last thought, the last look rushed back to you. And when I died in enemy territory, no one gave me a hand. But before my sight was broken, I already saw the heavens open. Then moving to the back of the card here. Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me, but not my will, but yours be done. Luke 22:42. So yeah, overall, pretty interesting card. Between the bit of a mystery about how exactly Michael died from all the different casualty records, having the cause of death listed on the card itself is a bit uncommon. You see it all the time on World War I cards, but by the time World War II comes around, the cause of death being listed is a lot less common. So definitely an interesting card, and not exactly what I was expecting when I started researching it, which is part of the enjoyment of the hobby, is kind of piecing together the stories from the records that we have available. But yeah, overall, I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment down below. Love hearing from you. Thank you all for watching. Happy collecting, and I will see you all again very soon.